welcome our अपने guest lectures, Dr. Shailesh Chaureji, for sharing. And I want to thank you, sir, particularly for your experience, sharing experience you are providing us in this 6 days SCTP program. So thank you very much, sir, for sharing your experience. And so, can I ask you, sir, to start the session? Can we start with the queries if anybody wants to ask? Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. So, madam, I have shared one Excel file with you on WhatsApp. So, kindly circulate
Today,
it.
sir? Okay, so today?
Yes, just now I did it.
Okay, sir.
So, I think you circulate to each participant whatever the way mechanism you have for the distribution. So, it's a small file. So, that we'll be using in today's hands-on exercise.
Okay, sir.
So, there is no hurry. You can send it within half an hour. Not a problem.
Okay.
Okay. So, immediately it is not needed.
Okay, sir. So, sir, can we start with the queries if any participants has any?
Yes, definitely. Yeah. If whatever has been discussed during last 2 3 days, so if you got any query, anything just related, whatever comes to your mind, you feel free to ask it and discuss it.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Sir, actually, the thing is, can we have a overlay of a grid over the raster image, whatever we have?
Yes. You can draw. There are options. There are tools for that, and you can definitely draw a grid of desired
Because
size.
the map has the marking of the latitude, longitudes at the edges only. So when we want to know the intersections, can we have the grid over layer?
Yeah, there are two ways of doing it. First, if you want to create a grid layer, you can create a grid layer, and whatever the size you will specify, X and Y dimension, as per that, the grid will be a layer will be created. That will be a grid. Okay, a square grid or rectangular grid, whatever it is. This is one way. And suppose you are interested in marking the grid on the map. So during the map composition, you can select that particular option of showing the grid on the map. So that will be seen. So without adding a layer even, you can generate a grid of the latitude and longitudes on the map itself. Or if you want a layer for some kind of calculation, say for example, under each grid you want to compute the number of points or number of lines present in each grid or something like that. So then in that case, you can create a separate layer of a specified grid size. So QGIS will do it for you automatically. There are certain plugins. Using that, we can do it within no time.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So, any more questions? Jack Arc. Say you are talking about what? Just please open your mic and speak. Jack is asking, sir, can I get steps needed to complete this action? Which action? I don't
Sir, I'm
understand.
trying to copy paste the photo of this action.
Photo? Pardon. Repeat. Please repeat.
Sir, I'm trying to copy and paste because yesterday I took a photo of that problem and store in WhatsApp. Now I need to copy and paste here.
Which photo you are talking about? I don't understand. I
Okay, sir.
think we have distributed you the data through your email.
Yes.
Okay. A Google Drive link was there. In that we provided one image file, and
Yes.
we just demonstrated how to open that image file in a georeferencer, how to georeference it. So are you talking about this or something else?
Yes, I'm talking about this, and I worked on it yesterday. But in
Mhm.
between, I got problem. So
So can you share your screen so that we can see what exactly the issue is and it can be resolved right now?
okay, sir. Wait,
Okay?
please one.
Yeah, okay.
ये बेटा जल्दी आ जा।
I have shared the Excel sheet in WhatsApp group.
Okay, so please you
Yeah, or
download that Excel sheet and put it in the same data folder. We are putting your image file, okay? Raster map.tif for JPG. In the same folder, you keep this Excel file. That too on D drive. Yeah. Okay, by the way, what is your name? Is it your screen name or it's a real name? Hello?
Sir, my name is Jyoti Kaushal.
Okay. That's why I was just wondering that some strange name is there. Okay, Jyoti. So just please go ahead. So what do you want exactly to? I
Uh,
think okay, you are joining the meeting through mobile, I think, no? Not
no,
using your
computer,
laptop.
from the PC, computer, sir.
Okay,
PC,
okay, 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 fine.
laptop.
So, so you are seeing. So we can see this. So what is the problem? You can you are able to open this JPG file in georeferencer, and I can see that you are putting some coordinates also. So means you have added the ground control points.
Yes, sir.
So
And
now,
how to store it, how to save this file, and what is the next
no,
is
you have to go to first that yellow color icon. Okay, just put your cursor on that. Take it to the yellow color icon on top menu icon bar. Yeah.
here.
That is the this yellow
Oh,
color thing. Put your
yes.
cursor on that.
Then
It will
yes, sir.
say
I just open. Okay, I again work and do this.
no. You just listen the complete thing first.
Hmm.
So you just put your cursor on that. You will see some help hint configuration georeferencing setting or something transformation settings. You're not putting the cursor there on that.
Sir, this is picture. This is WhatsApp picture I am showing you.
So no. We cannot do anything. I want you to be live on your laptop so that we can just do the things here. What I'm telling you, you can instantly do it. That is it basically.
Okay, sir. It will take some time. So please give.
It is better. Say, I request all the participants to come up with their laptop or desktop, and if they are having some problem, they should share their screen and then they should demonstrate. Of course, sharing they should not do without asking, but while discussing, whenever we say, or you can even ask that I want to discuss something, so can I share my screen? So that will be the best way because instantly that problem will be solved. Okay, so Jyoti, you can try it after some time if it is at all it is possible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, okay, yeah.
जल्दी आ, जल्दी आ. अरे मामा कैमरा ऑन था.
So anybody else? Meanwhile, somebody else wants to just discuss anything or just any question, any random question related to GIS even as a whole. We can just discuss it. Okay, it's really good that I'm a very good communicator. It means 20 out of 29 people, only one person had a problem. It means this course is going on very well, and the experts are communicating very effectively. So you don't have
Hello.
any problem at all. Yes,
Hello. Good morning. Good morning, sir. This is Gaurav here.
yes, yes, please.
Yesterday, while I was doing this. What do you call this? Shape file and
Yes.
others. So I have faced some problem when I do this area wala mapping. Then I do not able to edit this. What do you call area shape file? So I can share my screen.
From where you got the area shape file? I think we are not reached up to that point so far.
Shape file I create that because you told yesterday you can practice on it, so I created one two shape file like point shape file
Okay,
or
that's
line
good.
shape
That's
file.
good. That's good. Yeah.
And then I got problem there. I do not able to edit that shape file.
Yeah,
I can share
you
my
have not
screen.
been instructed. You have not been instructed to do so. Today we'll be talking about it. Okay. But
Yeah,
what about the georeferencing part? Have you done it?
yeah,
Because
yeah,
unless and until you do georeferencing, you won't be able to create data.
yeah.
So
I
so
have.
today we'll be talking about the editing part of it. Okay.
Yeah, I have done, and as you said, less than one
Less than one.
residual
Right.
will be accepted.
Okay.
So I
That's
got
good.
that.
That's good. That's wonderful. Very good. Very good. Very good. So now your query will be answered today. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So like Gaurav has discussed, so whatever is coming to your mind, you can just discuss, so that we also have a feedback that what kind of perception you are having about this, the things which have been told to you, so that we can modify our way of communication. Okay, so that is the purpose. So whenever an expert asks for the questioning in the classroom or discussing something, the purpose used to be to get us some kind of feedback that whether he is going in the right direction, at right pace or not. That is the purpose of it. The purpose is never to test the knowledge of the participants. Okay, so we get a feedback and we modulate our lecture presentation accordingly. So that's why that feedback is very much needed. Okay. So you can think of it like a singer performing live on the stage, and audience is keeping mum, not speaking, not showing any facial expression, not cheering up, not shouting, not clapping. Then what kind of a feedback that person will have? His performance will deteriorate. Okay. So that used to be the purpose of. So please come forward because I think most of you are the mature people here. So don't be afraid of discussing the things. So when this thing will happen, everybody will get benefited because many of you might be having. I'm sure that you must be having so many questions in your mind, but somehow you're afraid of discussing it on a common platform. So please come forward and ask it. No issue at all because we all belong to the same community, and I'm also a learner like you because yesterday you saw. somebody asked that how to display the latitude, longitude in degree, minutes, seconds at the bottom of that status bar. I could not answer it immediately. Okay. I was having something in my back of my mind that in the settings it can be done, but where exactly it will be sitting, that I was not knowing. So it didn't answer the things. So it is not like that the person will know each and everything very precisely and like a computer it will answer the things. So the important part is that whatever we are doing and we are discussing or learning, we should have the fundamental concept of that. So it is just a matter of mastering the software. So we are not trying to teach you a software over here. We are trying to teach you the fundamental concepts of technology. And of course, for doing that, you will have to have a software. That's why the QGIS is coming into picture. So forget about it that we are trying to learn how to use QGIS. We are trying to learn what is GIS and how it can be used to create the data, perform some analysis, and create certain maps. And for doing this, you definitely need some software. So we are using QGIS because it is open source, it is free. So you don't have any hassles, you don't need crack, or you don't have to pay big money to buy the software. That's why we are using QGIS. So we are not teaching you how to master QGIS. Okay. So Jyoti madam, can you share your screen? Are you ready for that or shall we proceed further?
Will take some, sir, it will take some more time.
Okay. So I will start and then whenever in between we'll just try to
Yes,
start. Okay.
please, sir.
So
Yes,
so
please.
that
Thank
part
you, sir.
will also be revised. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So friends, today we are going to talk about the data creation. So yesterday we just saw that how to take a image or a raster map which is not georeference. So when you create a data, you can create a raster file by scanning. Then in that case, the coordinate systems, the CRS or SRS is not available on that. So you have to define it. Then you define the corners of that map. That no, I want these corners to be like this. So you define a projection system and then define some at least foreground control points and do the georeferencing. So once you do that, your image knows the coordinates. If you download a satellite image, yesterday I showed you one, that used to be a georeferenced image already. In that case, you don't have to do anything. You can directly use that satellite image as a base map to start your digitization. Okay. If you download a Survey of India topo sheet, again you have to digitize, you have to georeference it. Okay, so if you are scanning a paper map, then the georeferencing will be needed. Or if somebody is providing you a georeferenced image file, you can directly use it for the suppose I give you that modified raster.tif. In that case, you can directly use it and start digitization. But in actual practice, it doesn't happen so because you mostly use the base map which has been prepared by someone else. So you scan it, and once you scan it, the coordinate system reference system is not there. So you have to define it. So the process of defining it or assigning the coordinates to the image is known as georeferencing. And once you georeference the image, you are ready for the data creation. Okay, so yesterday we saw that how to georeference. After that, I just demonstrated how to create the empty shape files because say once if you want to type your resume, you just open a blank Word document, and in that blank Word document you type the things and finally you save it on the disk, okay, as a file. But here we are doing the things in a slightly different manner. What we do, we just create an empty file, we name it, we assign its coordinates. So one layer or a one shape file is created, and next time when we want to do the digitization, we open that blank shape file and uh, do the editing in that particular file. So today we'll see how to do it. Okay. So this is one of the most important part related to GIS because data creation is an important process. And many times you may think that why to create the data, I should download it from somewhere. Okay. Many times the data is available for download. But believe me, if you create your own data, do devote some time, few days for data creation, you will have a good understanding of data. And once you have a good understanding of data, that understanding will help you in data analysis, in seeing that data as an expert, because you have created it. So you have a good understanding of it. You know the lacuna, what is there in that. You know what kind of issues are there in that. What is the quality of that data? Everything is known to you, and that is under your control because you are the creator of the data. So data creation will definitely give you a very good understanding of the fundamental concept of the GIS. If you just, it is something like that. I say in my training programs that if you order a pizza directly from the market, you don't know how it is made. So whatever it is, whatever is the taste, whatever is the ingredients, whatever is the thickness of pizza, everything that is not in your control. It is there in front of you. You have it. If you want to have it, you have it. If you don't want to have it, don't have it. But if you cook your own pizza, then it's wonderful. Of course, you have to devote a lot of time. You have to learn how to do it. But once you do it by your own, you have everything in your control. You can put the ingredients the way you want, in the proportion you want. So you have got a better control. And then next time, if some pizza comes in front of you, you can immediately tell, okay, this was made like this, and these are the ingredients, because you are involved in the process of making it. So the best thing to learn GIS is to create your own data first. Okay. So this part is not something that operator level people, a person will do. Of course, I have created a lot of data, a lot of topo sheets I have digitized. Of course, now I'm not doing it. But when I was a beginner, I did a lot of data creation. It took days, 5-6 hours a day. Lot of, because when you have a survey of India topo sheet, contours and drainages, it is very dense. So it needs a lot of efforts in digitization. So when you digitize, you face certain challenges, and from there the learning comes. Okay, so that is. So now I just please wait for a moment. I'm again sharing my screen. Okay, so like usual way, we'll just open QGIS. And don't bother about the version, because I'm having a slightly higher version. So most of the things will be exactly same. There won't be any issue at all. So once the QGIS opens, what we'll do, we'll just open our georeference file, that is raster map modified. That will open, and for that we will go to this add raster layer, or we can go to open data manager source, or even we can go to layer option. And in this layer also we can have the option for create layer and data source manager. Other things are there. So the best way is that you can have a quick access from here on the left hand side. This is a manage layer toolbar is there. So using this we can just do it. So I'll go to add raster. A pop-up window will come, and from here I will just navigate to the folder where I'm putting my georeference file. So I'm putting it on some other location. In your case, it must be on D drive in a GIS training folder. So this is the file here, raster map modified. I open it, and please just see the things here and just try to understand. And I will give you enough time to do the hands-on. Okay, so please don't try to do it parallelly. Just see what exactly is going on, and we'll say add. So now again check it whether our data is correct. So it is correct because the coordinates at the bottom are being shown in a very proper manner. Okay. So now I want to create. So first of all, we'll create the point data, because it is easiest way to create the point data. So I will go to layer and go to create layer. And under create layer, there are various options like new geo package layer. We'll go to new shapefile because we want to create shapefiles. We want to store our data in shapefile. So just click on that, and then we will just give the, okay, I think I should remove those files from there so that we can again create it so that you can again see how exactly it is being done. So I'm removing all the empty shape files from here. Okay, this is just a moment. Yeah, so we have got ATMs, GCP points, which we created during the georeferencing process, and this is the file Indore Tehsil data, which you might have received just now. Okay. So we have already opened our georeference file, and now I want to create the point layer having the location of these villages or towns or whatever you call them. So I'll go to layers, create layer, and then from here I say new shape file, and then I will navigate to the folder where I am keeping my data. Okay, so mostly we'll keep it in the same location. So I will call it places. And coordinate system, you have to check additional dimension. Okay, now before coordinate, you have to see the geometry type. And because I am creating the point location, so I'll call it point. And the coordinate reference system is EPSG 4326, that is geographic coordinate at WGS 84 datum. And in field name, you can say ID. ID is the column has to be given a unique number. That's why we use ID. So that has been added here. And another thing we can call it name. And name will not be a whole number. It will be text. And name may be long. So sometimes it may be more than 10 characters. So tentatively I've taken 20. And then see, add to list. So now I have got two fields in my data. One is the ID, that is the unique identification number for each point, and second one is the name. So mostly because these are the name of the places, name of the towns. So I have provided a container to write the name of the town. Okay. So once I say okay, an empty layer is created and added here. And if you go and see in the backend, you will find a shapefile has been created named places.cpg, places.dbf, places.prj, places.shp, and places.shx. Okay. So when you want to send the files to your friend or your office colleague, and if he's asking for places.shape you have created, so you not send this single file places.shp, remember. You have to send all these 5 or 6 files. Okay, otherwise it will not open. Okay. So you just now see it, right click it and go to the open attribute table. You see that the file is empty. No feature has been added. That is why there are no rows present. Only 2 columns are there, 0 rows. Okay. So once you create the data, and as you go on creating the data, the rows will be added to it. And the ID and the name you have to enter here through keyboard. Okay, because automatically the system cannot pick up the names. So we'll just zoom the map up to an appropriate level, not too much and not too less. Okay, so that we can precisely put our pointer at the center of this. So now you see this third menu bar. Okay, open data source manager is there. Then new shapefile layer is also there. Then you move further, you see a pencil icon, toggle editing. Okay, if you click on this, let us see what happens. See, this pencil is appearing over here. If I click it again, it is off. So now I'm putting editing on, off, on, off, on, off. Okay. So this way, so suppose I'm in this particular layer. If I just put the the editing button on off, the editing will be on for this particular layer because it is a raster layer. So you cannot edit the raster here. That's why this pencil is disabled here. But if you got roads and contours and water bodies and so many other things, then once you go on to that particular vector file, this will be enabled, and putting on off will make it enable and disable. So initially it will be like this. So if I want to do the editing, so first thing what I will do is I will just select this layer, then put the editing on. Okay. So now I can add the data. So now nothing else still has happened, nothing has happened. So now once you put the editing on, you see the options available here, they also become active. Now I'm putting it off. You see all these things are disabled. But once I put it on, you can see add point feature, then vertex tool. We'll see what to do with the vertex tool in the next this thing. So add a point feature, because I want to add a point to my layers. So I'll just click on this. Once I click on, see the cursor. Once I click on this, see the cursor has changed. So now I will just bring my cursor to this point and I will try to place it as precisely as possible and click it. Say now it is asking for ID. So naturally this is the first feature, so I will give the ID 1, and the name I can see on the map itself, it is Depalpur. Oh, sorry. Let's say okay. Now that point has been added here. Suppose I switch off my raster, you can see I have added one point here. Okay. Now let us see your attribute table. What has been added there? So we'll go to open attribute table. Now you see one row has been added. The ID is 1 and the name is Nepal. We can add more columns as we want. Suppose I want to add the population of Bepalpur. If it is available with me, I can add one column as population and can enter the data right now at this time, or later at any point of time I can do it. So it's not necessary that all the fields will be entered at the time of creation of the data. Okay. So we can create the spatial data and attribute data simultaneously, or we can just click these points, assign them IDs and name so that it is easy to refer in future, and other attribute information can be filled up by somebody else, or later at any other point of time it can be entered. Okay, so that is it basically. So this way we'll just go on creating the other layers. Suppose I click on this. So this ID is 2 and I will call it Hatod. Hatod is a village in the district. Now I go to somewhere. So this needs little patience, because if you quickly do it, you will lose the accuracy. Somewhere. Now let us see. Again, go to the attribute table. You see 3 points have been added here. Okay. Now I go to Indore. And I call it 4. I go to Rao. I don't do anything, just enter. Okay, I'm just showing you the various ways we can do it. I can go to Mahu. I can again leave it. I go to Betma. I again leave it blank. Now see what happens. You see the open attribute table. Go to open attribute table. You see whatever names I entered, they were there, but others data has been added, but the ID and name has not been given. Now, if you want to give it letter, say right now I want to assign the proper ID and names to these, then ID I can give any ID, that's not a problem. But name I cannot give a random name. Say I cannot call it Indore, because I have to check it first that this particular ID 1 is Indore or something else. So what I will do, I have selected it. So you see, I just clicked on this row. Once you click on this, that row will be selected. So once it is selected, at the same time, it will be highlighted on the map also. So let me see what is happening. This point, Betma, has been highlighted. So now I know that this particular point is Betma. So I can call it Betma. And ID, because this was a 4, so I can give it 5. So now similarly, I can just click on this and can do it. Otherwise, I can just click on any of the points here. I can select the point here. It will be highlighted in the corresponding table, and I can just use it. So let us see it. This is it. Now, now there is an option zoom map to the selected row. So whatever the selected option is there, the row is there, the map will be zoomed to that. So we'll know it. So now the Mahu has come to the center. So now I will just call it MHOW. ID I will give 6. Even if you skip some ID, there is no problem. Suppose you forget what was the last number, you can give a next one. But remember that it should be unique. Otherwise, it will be a problem. Then we have the last point. Okay, need not to search. Just go to the row. So it is row. So the 7 point is RAU. RAU. Okay, now our data creation is complete. All the points have been added. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 points are there. Now we can switch off this editing option. So once you switch off it, because I have not saved anything so far, so it will ask me, it will prompt me to save the things. And if I am aware, I can just directly click this button. So it will ask me to save the edit. It will save the things. Okay. So just I clicked it. It has been saved. Now I put off the editing. Now you see my data. One layer I have created successfully, having 7 features here. So each thing, each geometry is a feature here. So this particular layer is having 7 point features. Okay, so now there is an option like show feature count. Suppose I click it, it is showing 7 in the bracket. So means this particular layer is having 7 features, means 7 rows, means 7 points are there along with their attributes. So this is how we could very easily create the point file. So I think you should try this first, then we'll go for the next option. So everyone is having the data file with them. So you can just open your QGIS and start doing it. If you are facing some problem, you can again raise your hand, open your mic and say, and then you can see the things on your screen also. Okay. So please go ahead.
Uh, Dr. Sashi Saxena, please switch off your video. Your video is on. Dr. Sashi Saxena. Thank you.
Chaurya sir, there's a message from Shashi Saxena. Kindly revise how to generate ID from attribute table.
Okay, madam. I think some of them, let them complete the things.
Okay, sir.
Then we'll ask them to share their screen and we'll discuss the things there. Okay. So we'll wait for some another 5 minutes. So
Okay, sir.
if somebody will do it successfully, we'll demonstrate it on using their screens. So that will be better.
ठीक है sir.
Ashutosh Tiwari has done it. Okay, good. How about Praveen Chaudhary? I think he's trying to see some video parallelly. So I think he must be going quite ahead of us.
No, sir, not like that. By mistake, I delete yesterday's georefer map.
Okay. So that's why we are asking you, no, so many things. You can do it. You can just tell us so we can help it directly. Okay.
If possible, please share the georefer map on WhatsApp so that we can continue today's exercise.
Okay. 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 I'll send it to madam and then you'll get it from her. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir. Through WhatsApp group, everybody they
Yeah.
can.
Yeah. 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 Okay. 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 Ashutosh Tiwari ji has done. Madhuri Mittal has done. Good. Meena Kumari R has done. So who would like to share his screen, his or her screen to show? Because one of the participant wants to see it again, that how we did the entire process. So can anybody come forward and demonstrate it by sharing their screen? Okay, Meena Kumari ji, please come. Share your screen and demonstrate how to create a point data.
Yes, sir. Will do.
I have shared both the documents, raster map and GCPS points also, and the georeference files also.
Okay, madam, thank you.
Okay.
Sushma Gokhale ji is asking that this software crashing often on my system. What could be the reason? It's very difficult to tell the reason just by this statement. What kind of messages you are getting? That we have to see. So if you can share your screen, then we can just try to find out what is the reason, and then you can try to download a lower version.
Sir, shall I repeat it or shall I demonstrate what I did?
No, you just tell from how you created an empty point file and how you.
Yes, sir. Actually, I started like this, project new. So I added, shall I erase this and do it again?
No. I have
Okay,
not
okay,
talked
fine.
about project so far.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, fine.
Because
Yeah.
otherwise a lot of confusions will be there. So purposely I left it. So you have not to go to the project mail.
No,
Okay.
sir. So when I started, there was nothing here. So I just added a raster image here. So when I go
Okay.
here, it came like. Otherwise, I can go here also. So added the raster layer that which had been saved here in my raster map modified, which we did yesterday.
Hmm.
So I did that one, and after that I went here, layer, create layer, new shape file layer. So it came like this, and here I went and gave the name as places. So like this, it has
Okay.
been created, and after that, so when I after this, I went here as it is places alone. I went to that point selection, and here I gave the ID. Like actually, it is
And
already.
before that you'll check just I'm interrupting you. Before that you'll check for this coordinate.
This was
Okay, that's very
like
important. Okay.
yes,
So
sir.
that you have to
So
check.
WGS
It should
84.
match with the map or with the georeference map, the base
Okay,
map.
okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Okay. Go
I
ahead.
did that one, and I went here. I gave the ID actually name. I selected here, that is the attribute has to be text data, and I changed the length of that as 30 and add
Okay.
to fields list. So it came like
Okay.
this, and I added here. So after this, when I went here, I could see, I selected this layer. I clicked on this, and I got all these highlighted now. They're active now. So I went here, add point features. Already I have done here.
Hmm.
So I'll do somewhere here. So I clicked here. So it asked for some other this one. So I have to give some name, and Sorry, exactly, I don't know. I'm just
Yeah,
demonstrating.
you can just give random name, no problem.
Yes, yes, sir. So here the point has been created even when we switch off this. This is here. So when I go here and see this open attribute table, it came like this.
Attribute table is not visible probably. Okay, no problem, no problem. Okay,
Yes, yes.
so is your question answered, Madam Shashi Saxena?
Yes, sir.
Okay, madam. So you try it now, it will be done. So now I request Sushma madam to just share her screen so that we can see what the problem is with her machine. So you will see if we can solve it in 1, 2, 3 minutes. It's okay. Otherwise, we'll see it later.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Meena Kumari ji.
Yes.
Which particular icon you are clicking? This grass 7.8.
Yes, sir. Grass I'm opening.
No,
But
we have not told you to do so. I told you very clearly that we are using GIS Desktop 3.1, 3.14.0.
okay, even if I do that, the same
Okay, no,
problem
just
persists.
open this desktop, QGIS desktop without graphs.
Okay.
Let us see what kind of message it is giving. That I want to see.
This one, QGIS
Yeah,
desktop 3 point.
yes. Yeah, that is the one which we have to use. We can use the another one also, no problem. But necessarily, just to avoid the complications, I am giving you the simple instructions.
Yes, I tried opening this one also, but there is the same problem.
No, crashing means
Yes,
nothing is
this.
happening, or
No, if I try to open the raster, that icon,
no, but I don't see any nothing is happening.
like if
Have you
I
clicked it
open
or
this
not?
georeferencer, and now I
No,
am trying.
I don't see your screen georeference or anything. I'm just seeing this window.
Okay.
Your favorite window is visible, nothing else is coming. I think, have you shared your screen or a tab or what you have
Window.
shared?
I have shared a window.
No, you shared your entire screen.
Okay.
Just go back and stop sharing and then again share your entire screen so that we'll see everything on your screen. Ashutosh Tiwari ji is asking, sir, do we need to be online for using the software or it works offline also? Just tell me, you try to guess it. What is the thing? I will need the answer from your end. What do you feel? So you install the application, you are using it. What is your feeling about it regarding this question? Yes, Ashutosh ji. Just Sushma madam, let Ashutosh ji answer this question. Then, meanwhile, you can share your screen, no problem. The sharing is not problem. That will not interfere with the in this communication. Okay. So, Ashutosh ji, what do you think? बोलिए भाई आप उधर से बोलेंगे तभी कुछ बात बनेगी. I think who would like to answer this question? That
It works offline
it's
also,
not,
sir.
offline also means what?
When we don't have the internet connection, like other softwares, we can use it also. If we have all the files, required data files already downloaded and saved, we can work.
It has nothing to do with internet. Okay, the software which we are using has nothing to do with internet. You remove your cable and everything, it will work. Because what we did, we have installed and set up file.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we have given you a setup file, or in case you yourself want to download a setup, you'll go to qgis.org. From there, you download a setup file specified for means pertaining to your operating system. You will download a setup file. You will run it on your machine. Once you run it, it is installed on your machine. Like you install Microsoft Office. Okay, like that, it is installed. Whether the internet is there or not, it has nothing to do with that. So it is not dependent on internet. Even georeferencing, nothing, no, nothing is needed. Internet is not needed for any of the purpose. He is again asking that for georeferencing we need to be online. How, why? Is so do you need to be online for typing your resume in your MS Word? Of course, for Office 360 you need internet. For Google Sheets, Google Doc, you need internet. But if you installed Open Office or Microsoft Office on your computer, then you don't need internet. It is a standalone application sitting on your computer. Whether you are connected to internet or not, it has nothing to do with it. Okay. So similarly, QGIS is a standalone thing application. It is not dependent. Of course, if you want to download some additional features, if you want to download some plugins, in that case you need internet. But once you download that plugin, after that you disconnect from internet, it will be on your machine. So you purchase something and put it in a fridge, it is with you, no? In your city, go to a restaurant and ordering everything through Uber or something or Swiggy or whatever. So then in that case, the to and fro communication is there. But once you bring all the stuff for every month, for the entire month in your home, then you have everything with you. You are not dependent on Uber Eats or whatever. Okay. So you have got entire software on your computer. You don't have to, I mean, you will not require internet at least once you install everything on the machine. Okay. Okay, madam. So, Shubha, madam, so please, I think you just, if possible, you just show your screen so that otherwise we'll just proceed further. Okay, so I'll proceed. I think she's not responding. I don't know what is the reason.
Uh, Actually, I'm trying, sir. Is it visible now?
No. You just go to that triangle present now. Go to your entire screen option and then select the screen, whatever the screen is available. You select on that. Then the share button will be enabled. Only then you will be able to share it.
Okay.
Just by pressing. Okay.
I'm sharing my entire screen now.
Yeah. You have to select that screen which is shown there in that the pop-up box. Only then the share button will be enabled.
I think there is some problem. Sir, you can continue with
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay, fine. So this way we have created the point data. Now we move to the next feature. Say next feature is polygon, sorry, lines. Okay. So now we have got this road network is available here. So for that, again, I will go to layer, create new layer, and we'll go to new shapefile layer, and I will create a layer in that designated folder. I will call it roads, and geometry type will be line string. I will check the coordinate system EPSG 4326. It is correct. I will again give ID here. ID will be the whole number. And road name, I'm not interested right now. So I'll just give the ID and this thing. Okay. So now this roads layer has been created. Go to the attribute table. Nothing is there. So now suppose accidentally I'm here and start putting editing. So once I click on this, the editing for this particular layer will be on. So when I want to do the editing with one particular layer, first I have to make it sure that that particular layer is selected. Then I'll click on this. So now I see that the pencil icon is coming on that layer itself. Now I can just add the data. So for this, again, I have to zoom to proper zoom level so that I can see the things properly. And for digitizing the lines, we will not draw these two lines. We'll draw a center line, and then we'll select a line style to draw the two lines or dash lines or whatever the line style we want. So we have to digitize only a single line, and we'll just continue drawing the line in the middle of this road. Okay. So I'll just again go to this add line feature, like we went for the add point feature. Now it is saying add line feature. So once I click on it, cursor will change, and now it will not allow me to draw the point. So like this, I will just click on the next turn, click up to this. And mostly when we digitize a network, what we do, we just stop at the junction. Say I can go on clicking here and can go like this also. Okay. So it's better to end this line here at this particular junction. So for ending the digitization, I will right click it. Once I right click it, it will ask for the ID. So one line I have created. Now see, it has been created. Okay. Sometimes it will happen because of the background and all that line what you have created may not be clearly visible. So we can go to the properties, we right click the layer, go to the properties, and see here single symbology is there, and I'm using a single symbol, and then line, and here the line color is there, stroke width is there. So I can just increase the stroke width, and even the color I can choose some unique color so that it can be seen very clearly onto that particular background. So it is up to me to decide what color I want, and later on after digitization I can even change the color. So now you can see this line very properly. Now next line I would like to digitize either from this point to this particular point or from this point to this particular point. So in that case, suppose I start digitizing from here to here like this. So wherever a turning point is there I will take the points. So like that I think my mouse. So if something is wrong, you can press the backspace key you can use. So you can go back. I'm doing it quickly, but you will try to do it as precisely as possible. Then you come up to this point and this point. Then your objective will be definitely to join this end. Otherwise, there will be the issues that this road network will not be complete. So, but visually, if you try to do it, it will never match this. Okay. Suppose I do it like this. This is second. Now, visibly, but the gap is there. So either it will cross or there will be some gap. Okay. So in AutoCAD, you create the data. You know these kind of issues are there. So you you put the snapping on. So once you put the snapping on, so when your cursor reaches to that particular feature, it will automatically snap to that. Okay. So while digitizing the lines, we have to keep the snapping on. How to do that? So I don't want this line to be used. So what I will do is I will just select it and delete it. So how to do that? So there's this topmost bottommost icon menu icon bar is there. Then on that you see a selected feature by area or single click. Okay, so I just click on it and I click here. You see what happens. This feature has been selected. Oh, sorry. This thing has been selected. All the nodes are visible and the line is turned yellow. Now, if I press delete key, this thing will be deleted. Okay, just go to the open attribute table and just click here, and here also you can do the deletion. Deselect, yeah, delete selected feature. So it has been deleted. Okay, now I can save my stuff. So I will have only one feature. Now, how to enable the snapping option, that we have to see. Okay, so for that we have to explore certain options here. I think this menu is not visible here because some of the menus are not enabled. On your computer also, they may not be seen. So what we can do is we can just click on this menu bar, right click on that, and then you have got the various toolbars. Digitization toolbars, manage layer, project selection, shape digitization. Yes, snapping toolbar is there. You can see. Okay, you can just go to, you place your cursor on any of the menu bar, right click on it. Again, a pop-up will come. In that toolbars option is there. Then the snapping toolbar is there. Click on that. One snapping toolbar has been added. If somebody's microphone is on, please put it off. So this snapping bar has come. Okay. So now you can see a magnet is there. So enable snapping. So I have enabled it, disabled it, enabled it, disabled it. So when I say enable it, then there are options, all layer, active layer. So I say active layer. Okay. Now, even there are more options available. So I can go to the advanced configuration. Open snapping options. Okay, yeah. Don't go to the advanced configuration. Go to the snapping options. Here you see this road. I want to do the snapping on road layer, and the type is vertex because end of the road I want to fetch. So that may be vertex, that may be segment, area, centroid, middle of the segment. So I'm interested right now in the vertex. And tolerance. In pixel units, I can give some 15 or 16 pixels will be okay. So this is it. Now, if I just go back and start adding points, now see what is happening. Just a minute, I will do. Now I bring my cursor here, so it changes color and it is snapped. Please put on your mic. Put off your mic. Somebody's mic is on. Okay. So now I will just open, display my raster layer again, and then I will start digitizing from here again, like this. Click. I'm doing it quickly, but you have to do it very, very, very slowly with maintaining the accuracy and all that. Now zoom to it and make it sure that you add your digitization here. Okay, I'll just go back, and I'm coming here. Right click. It is 2. Okay. Now this way the second line has been created. Then third line I can start from here. And go on doing like this and can end it here. Right click. Line number 3. Then I can start from here and can go like this and can stop at this junction. It is up to us to stop at junction or not. If I want my data to be used for some navigation applications purpose, then I have to stop at the junction. Otherwise, not. It's not needed. Or even it can be computed later on also. Not a problem. So this way we'll just do the things. So now you can just come up here. It's only a small part I will create. Then you will be doing it yourself. Okay. So this way we have just created few lines. And if while creating the line, if you just want to, suppose you are doing it wrongly, so you can just use back arrow, back arrow, back arrow, back arrow. It will just be deleted. Okay, so that way we can do it. And if you want to delete some wrongly digitized line which has been saved, you can go to this select feature option, select that particular line, and then press delete. That will be deleted from here. Okay, this is how you do. And once you do it, you have to save your work. You press the save button, stop editing, everything will be done. Now, whatever is selected, if you want to deselect it, then there is an option for deselect feature from all layers. Once you click on this, whatever the feature has been selected, that will be deselected or that will be unselected. Okay, so this is it. Mm, and even if you want, you can modify the digitized feature also. Suppose I just want to do little bit editing of this particular thing, so I'll put the editing on, and I'll go to the vertex tool. So vertex tool I go, and you see all the vertices are visible here. So for that, first I have to select the feature, and then I can go to the vertex tool, current layer, and then I can pick up the vertex and can just move it. So those who are using AutoCAD will not have any problem. And if you just want to insert one more node here, so you can just double click on this, a node will be created. So like that, you can create a node, you can shift it, you can select the
अरे यार,
node, delete it.
दोनों चीज ना, पैसा आएगा 30 तारीख के, फिर 1 तारीख के, तो कब के वो देना जाना पड़ेगा, वो साइन करा बेरा की बिडवा।
मैडम इनको ऑफ कर दीजिए आप, ये बहुत देर से इनका माइक ऑन है और ये इनका ध्यान कहीं और है, ये he is not attending our, so I think better you just
जी सर।
आपके पास मेरे ख्याल से वहां से ऑफ करने का ऑप्शन होता है इनका माइक पार्टिसिपेंट का, तो आप उधर से बंद
जी
करवा
सर,
दीजिए।
जी सर।
हाँ हाँ ठीक, ओके मैम, थैंक यू। तो क्या होता है, पूरा फ्लो जो है ना ब्रेक हो जाता है उसमें तो इसलिए थोड़ा सा कंटिन्यूटी डिस्टर्ब हो जाती है। सो एनीवे, सो दिस वे यू कैन जस्ट एडिट द फीचर। हम उसको पूरा डिलीट कर सकते हैं, पार्ट डिलीट कर सकते हैं, पार्ट ऐड कर सकते हैं, नोड इंसर्ट कर सकते हैं, नोड को मूव कर सकते हैं। So just by using these two options, you can do all these things. So now I think you create. और मैं ये चाहूंगा कि अभी आप लोग पूरा डेटा क्रिएट नहीं करें. You just try to create some 3-4 lines so that you have an idea how to go about it. So at least एक देपालपुर या इंदौर के आसपास का कुछ 2-4 रोड आप क्रिएट कर दीजिए, so that you will be well versed with this, and then we'll see. बाकी फिर आप अपना खाली टाइम में इसको क्रिएट करके पूरा रोड नेटवर्क बना लीजिएगा उसी फाइल को एडिट करके. ओके, सो प्लीज गो अहेड विद दिस. Once you create few lines, please update it in the chat box that you have done it.
So two of participants have done it. Meena Kumari R. She's asking about done it, sir, but could not adjust the vertices.
Okay. So I will just show it again. Say, for example, I wrongly digitize something. I will digitize one more line. Yeah. I'll go to add line feature, and suppose I start from here and go like this, but accidentally I go like this. Okay. And I finish it, and later I feel that I want to shift these things. I think that is the question probably.
Sir, your
So,
screen is not shared.
oh yes,
Please
yes, yes.
share
Sorry,
your
sorry,
screen.
sorry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so I will just insert. Okay. Okay, so I will digitize one more line, and I just add line feature, and I start from here, and then by mistake I go like this and come here and right click it and save it. Okay, finished. So not saved, finished the editing. So one option is that if it's a small line segment, I can just select it and delete it. But if it's a very long line segment, then just to save my labor, it's better to shift certain points, do the editing of it. So how can we proceed for this? We can just select this line. We can just go to this particular option, select feature, and then click on the feature which you want to add it. And then we'll go to this vertex tool, current layer. Then I can select that particular vertex and can move it. Sorry. Yeah. Actually, because of that yellow background, it is not clearly visible. This way, the way I want, I just click on the node, and then you can shift it the way I want. Okay. I can bring it here, there, wherever I want, I can just take it. And suppose I want to give a curvature to this straight segment. So then in that case, I have to add some nodes. So just see what happens. I just click in the middle, one node is added. So I take it here, I add one more node here, and then I just shift it here. I take one more node here and shift it here. So I have provided the curvature to this line. So whenever there is a straight segment, I can click in the middle or anywhere, one node will be added, then I can move, and like that we can go. Suppose you want to delete some nodes. Suppose this unnecessary node, this one is here. So I can just select that and can say delete. Now that has been deleted. Okay. So this way, so you will explore a little, you will just come to know about it. And even you can go to the help document here. And from there also you can see the help. This help is online. Okay. So this in context to the question that whether the internet is needed. Now see what is happening. Your help file is opening in the browser. So help files are not installed on this computer. It is fetching it from docs.qgis.org. So for seeking the help, you will need internet, but for using the software, you don't need internet. Okay. So through that document also, you can just navigate to the particular thing, editing and everything you will find here. And then you can just find the things. Okay. Viewing data, exploring data, analyzing data, editing, and everything you will get here. Okay. So is it okay? Okay. So I think how many of you could do it? Gaurav Sharma has done it. Meena Kumari has done it. Saurabh Ojha has done it. Yes, only 4. What about others? Umang Agrawal has also done it. Good. Only the benefit of doing the things here in an online training program is that your queries are immediately solved. If you see a YouTube video and face some problem, that you will definitely face. You have to struggle a lot. You have to go to different blogs and again you have to revisit the different websites. Only then you will be able to solve your problems. Okay. In here, the instantly your partner or the expert or somebody from the group will help you. So this is the best way and the fastest way probably of learning the things. Praveen Chaudhary has also done. So do you need more time or if somebody is still trying, then they can write in the chat box that they will need 5 minutes or some time so that I can wait for it. Otherwise, we can proceed for the next feature creation. So I'll wait for more 2-3 minutes, then we'll proceed for the next one. So Prayati Singh has also done. Good. Ashutosh Tiwari is asking how to change line properties. Okay, just see it. Suppose I want to change the colors or style of these lines. So I'll just go to roads, the layer which I want to change, then go to properties, and then there are various options under properties, so symbology layer. So I'll go to symbology and I'll click on this line. And here we have the options like different stroke style you can change. It can be a dashed lines. From here you can change the color of the line. Okay. and even the stroke width, offset, so many things you can change from here. Apply, okay. Now see, it has changed. So this you can do at any point of time. So this is just styling for all the features. Okay. Similar kind of styling we can do for the point also. So I just right click on it, go to properties, and symbology, simple marker is there. I can use, I think there are some predefined styles are available. I can use them also. Okay, anyway, I'll just change the color. And style also. Okay. Now you see it has turned into a rectangle. The point has turned into a rectangle. Now, suppose you want to give different color to different features, you can do it. You can go to properties, symbology. There is an option called single symbology, but instead of single, we can give categorized. Once you see categorized, it will ask the attribute field on what basis you want to categorize them. So I want to categorize them on the basis of name or ID, because every feature is having a unique name. If two features will be having the same name, they will have the same style. Okay. So because IDs and names are unique, so I can select ID also. And then say classify, you can see the different, one number has been assigned different color, two has been assigned different color, three has been assigned different color. So now you can see the things in a different color style. So those kind of options, lot of options are available. Even based on certain mathematical formula, you can do the styling. So from very simple styling to very complex styling, which are based on the data that is available here. Somebody is asking, is it possible to share step-by-step instructions? I think the video recordings are available. You can request madam to have the video recordings, because preparing the step-by-step instruction is a very time-taking process. You have to devote a lot of hours for that. But some of the things are available as a step-by-step instruction, so that I will definitely share with you. Like for georeferencing, you are having a step-by-step instruction. For map composition, you have a step-by-step instruction. And probably for editing, it is not there, because editing is a very complex kind of a thing. Not many options are there. So I will recommend you to go for the online help of the QGIS. There you will find the things. Okay. Otherwise, if you just explore yourself, you will come to know about it. Not a very big issue, because you can see very limited options are there here. So just tweak around this, or just try to get the help related to how to use vertex tool and things like that. You will get the various options available for this. So if you will work with little patience, you will be able to explore the things by your own, and not much effort will be needed for that.
So we are taking care of this. We'll upload all the recordings on our college YouTube channel, and link
Okay.
will be providing accordingly. So nothing to worry
Okay.
about. And as sir told, self doing is even a better option.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Because if you are interested in learning the driving or swimming, no, so you can't learn the driving or swimming but just by reading the user manual or attending some video lecture. So you have to have a you have to jump into the pool to learn swimming. So it's like that. So if you just with this background, if you try hands-on yourself, you will definitely have a very good control on the things, and not only the control, you will have a better understanding also. So if you got understanding and the know-how, both the things are together available, only then you can win the things. Because what will happen now? After a few years, some new version of QGIS will come. Then there you might be doing the things in a different way. So our focus is not to learn how that particular thing is achieved in QGIS. Our focus is fundamentally, conceptually, what is that? So that we are trying to explore and learn. Because the ways and means of doing the things in the software will always change from time to time. But fundamentally, the things will remain the same. They are not going to change.
So in last session, you showed some tutorials available on your on your portal website, sir. So are they freely available?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
No. Yes, everything is free.
Okay.
Everything is free. And even if some participants wants my time to discuss something, even that is also free. So everything is free. I belong to open source community, so there is no issue at all. If the time is available, I can definitely share it with them to solve their problems, to help them for their research work or any project they are doing. So everything is free, no issue.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
So I think now we can proceed for the next feature creation. So we have seen how to do the line, how to do point. So now we can go for the polygon creation. Polygon creation will take more time because at least on this map, 1, 2, 3, 4 polygons are there. So we'll just see how to create a polygon data. So for this again, we will create an empty layer. So we'll go to layer, or we can go from here, new shapefile layer. Okay, from here also you can invoke the same menu. So I will again go to the particular folder where I want to store my layers, tehsil poly. I will call it tehsil poly and save it. Now geometry type will be polygon. Projection I have checked, it is the same, EPSG 4326. Now, of course, ID will be needed. That will be a whole number. And then I need tehsil name. I will call it T name. That will be a text, maybe 20 characters. Add to field and say OK. Now, this empty table has been created. Now you can see that the icon for this layer is a polygon. Icon for this layer is a line. Icon for this layer is a point. So just by seeing this, the layers in the layer panel, we will come to know that what kind of feature that particular layer is holding. And once you right click on it and say show feature count, the features which you have created, number of those features will be displayed. Feature count 7 means you will have 7 rows here. Okay. By chance, both the layers are having 7 layers, 7 features. Okay. Otherwise, it will not be the same. Anyway, so now we have created an empty polygon layer. Now what we'll do is just click on that layer which we want to add it. That is tehsil poly. Now we'll toggle editing. We'll put the editing on. Once I put the editing on, you see a pencil cursor, pencil is appearing here. And then I will do the same thing, add a polygon. But here there is an issue. Suppose I'm not doing it here, I just do it in the extra area. Suppose I create one polygon here like this, and another polygon is adjacent to this. So suppose I start from here and do and come here, and so I have to just follow this boundary very precisely. But that will not be possible. You can see that some gaps are there, some overlaps may be there. So for that I have to put the snapping on. But in that case even it will not be just a minute. So what I will do first, I will just delete this junk data first. Okay. So suppose I zoom to layer. So suppose I want to digitize this polygon. Now this particular boundary is common between these two. Okay. So this common boundary is that means I have to redigitize it. But there are certain options available. So what I will do, I'll start from here, go from here, come from here, and ultimately end the things here. Suppose I'm starting from, okay, so suppose I start from here, then I'll go like this, like this, like this, and then end it here. Then for this polygon, I will start from here, go like this, then come back here. Means this line I will digitize twice. And if I don't digitize everything in the exactly the same manner as I did for the earlier polygon, there will be slivers, there will be overlap, or there will be gaps. And of course, if I maintain that, a lot of duplication and replication of the effort will be needed. So just to avoid that, there is an option available here in the settings, snapping options. So if you go to advanced configuration, then under open snapping options, there is, well, say for roads, nothing is there. Say there is a layer name, then type, then tolerance, then pixel, and after that nothing is there. But for polygon layer, you see a wide overlap option is coming. So if you select this and then you create a polygon, and even if you overlap, then it will automatically compute the common lines and shift the things for you. Means you won't have to redigitize the common areas. The common lines you will not have to redigitize. Okay. So what we'll do, I'll just demonstrate it again. We have created an empty layer, started its editing, and then we go to this advanced configuration option, and then under that we go to open snapping option. We'll keep the snapping on and we select this avoid overlap. Okay. Now let us see what happens. I'm already on this add polygon feature. So I will start doing the things from here, because not many curvatures are there. So it has to be done very carefully, and of course more time will be needed to do this, because whenever there is a curvature you have to take more points. Only then the proper shape will be captured. So this way will go, but now I will not do it so precisely, because it will take so many time. This is a lot of time. So just I will do it quickly, but not very roughly, definitely. Mm. You can use the arrow keys to move. Okay. Once you use down arrow, right arrow, left arrow, you can just, and mouse wheel you can use to zoom. So need not to switch to different menu options. Okay. So I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. So back arrow will always take you back. So like this, like this, like this. So by managing the zooming mouse wheel and the arrow keys, you can control your navigation. and that will come by practice, not a very big issue. So initially, it will not be very easy, but once you get acquainted with the things, so I'm not doing it very precisely because just to save time, I'm doing it quickly. So I just go like this, like this, like this. Then use up arrow key, and I will add few more points here and right click it, so the digitation will end. So I say 1 and name. Okay, I'll give it is probably Bepalpur. Even if I give the wrong name, I can always edit it later on. So this polygon has been created. Okay, now I want another polygon, Saver polygon like this. So this is the line which will be common between the two polygons. So I need not to redigitize it. Okay, so how will go? We'll start the right polygon because snapping is on, you see. So there will be no gaps or no slivers will be there. So like this, I will proceed. I'm doing it quickly just to save time. Now we come up to this point. Okay, then we come up to this point. So whatever the edges which are coming inside, we can go beyond that and click on this and say right click and then enter feature ID 2. No, sorry. Something wrong has happened. This will happen whenever you work with software. You try to demonstrate something and something wrong will happen. Okay, so but you need not to worry about it. So now I have to again do the things. I'll select it, delete it. So now I will just try with a smaller. So let me check it again. What is the snapping option here? Okay, this vertex 12. I'll increase it a little bit. Okay, I think the option is correct. I don't know why it didn't do. I think probably I made some mistake. Okay, now I'm stopping it here only so that we will be able to see what exactly is going on. No, not working. Okay, probably I should save the features first. Okay, because everything is there in the memory. So first feature which I have created, now I saved it. This is just I'm guessing that this may be the probable reason for that. Okay, but normally what I'm demonstrating, it works fine. So I'll go like this, go like this, go like this, come here, and right click on it and say okay. Yeah, see, it is happening now. So the reason was that the first feature which I created, I didn't save it, so it was in memory. So there was no solid comparison was available. Okay, so this way now what I can do is I can select it, delete it, and I'll redo the entire polygon. Okay. So I will start with this from here, here, like this. So after every feature creation, we will have to save it. Okay. Once we do it, the snapping or this avoid overlapping option will effectively work for us. And just we can go inside so that whatever the lines I want, I will just go beyond that. Okay. Right click it. Okay. Now it has done. So no slivers, nothing will be there. And just save it, right click it, open attribute table. See, it is there. Now idea I didn't give, so I can give the ID 2 and the tehsil name is Saver. That's it. Now if I want to display the name of the tehsil in the map itself, why it is happening like this? Okay, this is okay. Probably some control Z, something. Anyway, no problem. Why it is saved it. Now I have to do it again. I think I did some mistake in while saving it. So I'm quickly doing it, not doing it precisely. Okay, that's it. And open attribute table, say ID2 and this somewhere. Now everything is fine. Save, close it, and stop editing. So, I think this may be some issue with the uh, probably if you try it on your computer, it will work because different versions of QGIS because it is gradually evolving. So some of the versions are having certain bugs. So it may be a bug probably because when I'm saving it, it is just putting the things in the original way. So it is not updating. So you try it on your computer. It should definitely work. Okay. So I'll just delete it again. Meanwhile, I just try to see layer not editable. Okay, fine. This is it. And I delete it. Some of the editing options are not working properly. It is clear. Disabled advanced configuration, disabled global, all layers, active layer, toggle editing, allow overlap. Wide overlap, snapping intersection. Okay. Now let me try one more time. Now this is basically my test. You might be thinking that I'm also a novice. Yes, I told you that I'm also learning. Okay. So these kind of issues sometimes will emerge. That is why we try to go for a stable version of QGIS because newer versions many times have certain type of bugs. It's working now. So I passed the test. I'll just put the name now. It is Saver. Saved. Now it's okay. Okay. Now what I was trying to demonstrate, you can just go to the properties, and if you want to put a label in each polygon, say at present no label option is there, but I can say single label, and then I can select the field on which using which I want to put a label. So naturally a text field will be used, but if I want, I can use ID also. So tehsil name I have selected, then the text font and color and everything I can decide. A lot of configuration options are available here for this. So okay, I'll take a black color, no problem, and say apply and say okay. So now you got the names appearing. Okay, so is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you try it, it will work for you. And if some problem is there, again, we'll proceed in the same way. A wide overlap option is available in snapping options. Snapping options, open snapping options. So in this snapping toolbar, then advanced configuration, click this, then open snapping options, and here you have the option for this thing, avoid overlap.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, Mr. Ashutosh Tiwari is asking how to change layer visibility order.
I think he is asking about the layer order. Say which should be on the top and which should be at the bottom. I think, is that the question? Layer ordering. Okay. So simply you can just drag the layer down or up, whatever you want. It will be done. See, suppose I take it here, it is coming on top, and I take it here, it is coming on top. So it will overlap everything. Suppose I just bring it down. Now the roads are visible. I bring it, or I move this places layer top is visible. So this layer ordering, you can just drag and drop kind of a thing will work. Or even there is an option for this. Okay, this is our expand all and all that. Okay, so just simply drag and do it. So once you complete, just update in the chat box. Okay, some people have done it. So I think, would anybody like to share his screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can share my screen, sir.
Okay, Gaurav Sharma, please.
Sir, can I ask one thing? Actually, I did it with the avoid overlay option. It has done well, but when I started saving it again, then it came like that overlay is not there, sir.
Sir, is my screen visible?
Yes, it's visible.
So, sir, here I can, so I added these features, polygon features, and
Gauravji, just wait for a minute. I think uh,
okay.
Shailesh sir is there. Just wait for 1 minute.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
हाँ गौरव जी, सॉरी I was on some phone call. अब मुझे जरा, हाँ ठीक है, I think it is, मैं देख रहा था, it's really done nicely. Good, very good.
Yeah, okay, sir.
और मीना कुमारी जी, you are asking something, please.
So, shall I stop my screen?
Let it be here. Yes.
Sir, actually, I did the first polygon, I saved it, and the second polygon, after I finished, it came without that overlay. But when I saved the second polygon, again that line.
Oh, actually, you have to just, once you finish the digitization, You have to enter the ID and the name, and then you save.
Yes.
Then it will not
Okay.
happen, because you saw when I was doing it, the same mistake, same problem was coming. So
Yes, sir.
once you
I'll
finish
try.
the digitization, we'll enter at least one field, that is ID,
Yes, sir.
and then we'll save it, and then we'll proceed for the next.
Okay, I'll
Uh,
try it, sir.
okay. Gauraji, you just open the attribute table of your this thing, polygon layer. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So here in this attribute table, we are seeing one ID is there and the tehsil name is there. Okay. But suppose I want to add data like population of total population of each tehsil, SC/ST population, number of schools and things like that. So in that case, what I will do, I will go to the option add fields. You can just go to the add field option. Yeah,
Yeah,
add
new
new
field.
field,
Yes, sir.
and here I can add a field called population, and I can define the type. Population will be a whole number. It will be a whole number, and
And it will
then
be
just say okay. Okay. So now here, after putting the editing on, I can enter the population. Of course, I have to see the population, get the population data from census website or some district administration or somewhere. So I will have a table ready with me. From there, I will see the values and type in here. But suppose if these values are so many fields are there, like number of school, number of hospitals, number of COVID patients, number of people who have been vaccinated, number of agriculture workers and farmers and so many things. Say socio-economic data, when you download from census, you find it has got some 60, 70 fields. So, and again, you have got only 4 polygons. Suppose you have to do it for 50 polygons and some 60 fields are there. It will be a very hectic task. It will be a very labor intensive task. So if already the data is available in Excel format, and you have created the spatial data, in that case, we can utilize that Excel data to associate that attribute information with these polygons or points or lines or whatever it is. Okay, so now we'll see how we can add or attach attribute data to this particular polygon data. We can do it with the point data also, not an issue. Okay, so procedure will be the same. So please you just stop sharing your screen. I will share my screen and we'll just see. Yes. Okay. Resume presenting. Okay. So this is the thing which I have created. And if you see the attribute table of this, you will find that tehsils are there and IDs are there. Okay. I added the IDs later on. First, I added the tehsil name and then I added the ID. That is why ID is appearing in the second column. But that doesn't matter because it should be there. In what order it will be there, that hardly matters. Okay. Now, I have given you one data, that is Indore tehsil data. I see this Excel file. You can see that it has got state ID, district name, and tehsil name is there, the number of household, population, literate persons, and worker population, and so many things are there. Okay, so I'm not going into agriculture, labor, and main household industry and main other workers. It has been taken from some census portal. So some socio-economic data is there. You don't bother what exactly it is holding, but some kind of information is there. So some 20, 30 columns are there. Okay. Now I want to use this information in my QGIS. So first thing I have to do is that uh, I will see my attribute table and I have got a field called ID. So I'm giving the ID somewhere 1, Mahu 2, Indore 3, and Depalpur 4. The same kind of ID I have to provide, similar ID I have to give here to my Excel data also. So somewhere is 1, so I will put 1 in front of somewhere. Mahu is 2, so I will put 2 here. And Indore is 3. Indore is 3. And Depalpur is 4. One more polygon is there. So I'm just deleting it because we don't have the data for this. The special data is not there. So I just deleted it. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4 polygons are there. I save it. And now I will open this particular thing here. So I'll go to the vector layer and okay. I cannot open directly the Excel file over here. For that, what I have to do is I will save this Excel file as a CSV file. Okay, so I'll go to the files and save as this PC, browse desktop, data for workshop. I'll go here and I'll select this file and I'll go for CSV, CSV comma delimited. Okay, this is the thing. The file name will be the same, but once I save it, one more file will be created on my computer. That is, you can see this is the Excel file, right one, and this left one is the CSV file. If I see the properties of it, it is comma separated value file, CSV file, and the file name is, I think, so extension is .csv. Okay, the extension of this file will be CSV and the Excel file will be XLS. Okay, so now I just go here and you see add delimited text layer. Okay, this option is there. So I can go to this and can go to the file and go to the particular folder where I'm putting my file, data, and here this is Indore Tehsil data, and say open. Now you see entire table is opening here and the file format is CSV and it is expecting the geometry, that is X and Y values here, but my data is not having any X and Y value, so I will say no geometry. Okay, so only the attributes are there, geometry is not there, and I will say add and close. You see one layer has been added here. This is a layer without geometry. I right click on it, see the attribute, so the entire table is visible here. Okay, now I have got an ID field in this table and ID field in this special table also. Using this, I can join these two tables. So I want to join the attribute data to Tehsil table. So I will right click the Tehsil table, go to properties, and here joins option is there. So I click on joins and I have to add. So I'll say add. Now you see in the Tehsil data, that layer automatically is coming here. If I got more layers, then through this drop down box, I can select them. Then join field it is asking for. The join field is ID. Target field is also ID. So join field I am picking from this particular table and this I am picking from the current table. And then I say okay. Join layer Indore Tehsil and say apply and say okay. Now right click on this, go to open attribute table. You have got all the data attached. So this way you can bring in the data from the other tables. Okay. Now this joining will be available. But if you close these files and open the QGIS again, what will happen? This joining will be lost. Okay, what I'll do, I remove this table. Yeah, and I will open it again. And now see it. No joining. Okay. So for that, again, I have to go to the properties. I'll go to join I will say add, then select that layer which I want to join, select the join field and the target field. Join field and target field should be the same. Not only their name should be same, the values should be the same. Say OK and say OK. Now it is coming. Okay. So once you join it, what we can do, we can export this layer to a new layer. There's one way of doing it. Okay. Suppose I want to keep this information in a single file. What can I do? I can export this tehsil layer. So for that, I can go to export option, save feature as E3 shapefile format, file name. I have to provide again carefully. I have to choose the location of the file where I want to save it. So it will be tehsil poly with attribute. So I called it tehsil poly with attrib.shp. I saved it, say OK. See, one more layer has been added. So now I can remove the older one and can keep this one. Okay, now you see it, the properties will be there. And even if you close it and reopen it, the data is there because I have exported the entire table to a new file. Okay, so this is how. But one thing you might be wondering that earlier this tehsil file was opened, it was showing different color. Now next time it is showing gray color. Now one more layer has been added, it is showing some different color. So every time you open it, it will open in a different color scheme. And that I don't want. So whatever layers are open here, I can just open them in a desired color, and next time when I want to open it, I want to make it sure that they are opened in a proper way. Suppose you put some style here. Suppose I do the properties and go to label and I put a single label here, text, and apply. This label is coming here. But if I close this file and reopen it, this label and everything will go. It will again open in some random color. Okay. So how to protect that? How to save it? So this information is not saved inside the shapefile. Shapefile just hold the attribute values and the feature coordinates. It does not hold the color and line styling, label, and other things. So that information is saved in a project file. So now at this point of time, if I save this information as a project, say I'll simply say save. Because I have not created any project, so it will ask the name of the project. Like we create a Word file and type our resume, and once we save it, it will ask the file name. So now, because the project is being saved for the first time, it is asking for the project file name. So where I will store that project file, I will store it in the same folder. So data for workshop, and I call it Indore, or any meaningful name I should give. So this file will be .qgz. Now let us see, go to the backend and see. So Indore.qgz file, project file has been created. And before saving this project, I will do one more thing. I will just change the style symbology of this particular layer. I will go to the single category. I will go to categorize, and categorization I want to do on the basis of ID, and I classify it, say apply, and say okay. Now I have got a colorful map, although the colors are not very good, but we can always edit it. So I will just save it. So save button is here. So this is saving, this is for saving the project. So I saved it and closed everything. Now see, next time I open QGIS. I can open project, and it will take me to the same folder. Otherwise, I can navigate from here to the desired location. It's not opening that same location. So I go to the location which I want. That is Polytechnic and this thing. And Indore is my project file. I say open. Now you see everything is coming in a proper way. Okay, proper manner. So this is the utility of a project file. Suppose you add some more files, then you save it, that file will be added. You change the layer order, you change the color, you change the line styling, whatever you do, everything will be saved inside this. And now, the another problem which happens is that many a times when we share our data with other people, what we do, what you'll do, most of you will do, what you'll do is you will just send this Indore.qgz file to your friend. You see, it is a 16.5 KB file. If this file is not holding the data, it is just holding the information that how to open these layers, what kind of styling has to be provided to these layers. Okay, so when you want to send the data, you have to send this entire folder, not entire folder, at least the shape files which you want to send along with the project file. Otherwise, he will not be open the things in the way you have designed. The files will definitely open if all the shape files are present, but their styling will be lost. So a project file along with these shape files you have to provide them. Okay. So like the accessory files you may not give, but say raster modified you may not give because the fellow may not be using the data for digitization. But at least the shape file and the project file will have to be given to them. So what the person will do, he can just download your file and just go to the just a minute, go to that folder and click on this particular project file. So it will fire up QGIS, and that the files which are there associated with that project will be opened. So we have an impression that when we click on that, the everything opens. So we just try to send that single file to other people. So that you have to remember. You can never send this single file. Suppose I want the places data. You can never send me. You can send me a places.shp, but it will be of no use because this places.shp is a group of at least 5 files. So all those 5 files you have to send. That is why I'm telling you that you have to, whenever you create the shape file related to some project work, you create a folder of that project name and then save the layers inside that file along with the project file. So that whenever you want to port the data from one computer to another computer, if you want to take the backup of your data, you back up the entire folder, not just one SHP file or not just one QGIS project file. Okay, so this is what I just wanted to communicate with you today. If you got some questions, you are most welcome. Let me check one more thing. If you go to this polygon with attribute table, you see what has happened here. Indore T2, Indore T3, Indore T4, all the names which were there in the original Excel file, they are gone. They are not there. Can anybody guess what is the reason for that? If you see the table, it is, say for example, from where it is adding, say this up to, just a moment. Tehsil and ID, these two columns are coming from my original shapefile. Now, rest of the field, Indore Tehsil 1, Indore Tehsil 2, Indore. So this is the first field of my Excel file. This is the second field, third field, fourth field, like that it is giving me the. So actual name is not there. Why actual name is not there? Because the the names of the column headings are too large, too big. And QGIS cannot hold a column name beyond certain limit. Suppose I go here and open an attribute table. Okay, I'll just do it not on this. I will do it on some other, say roads layer. I take it, open it. then start editing, and I want to add one column, and I call it um, Indore Road. So after ROA, nothing it is allowing me to type. So I think it will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 characters. It has nothing to do with this 10, okay? There's nothing to do with this 10. This is the maximum limit of the name of the column field. Okay. So because the data which we have attached was having more number of characters in its name, so it has just chopped off it. So it has just taken the table name and put the column number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. So we have to careful. We have to be careful while attaching this kind of data. We have to give the abbreviated names here. Okay. So literate person, I can give lead persons, something like that. So I understand it, and the thing remains within the limit. So that care we have to take. So we have to rename the columns. Otherwise, we can do the renaming here also. But for renaming here, you have to keep that Excel table in front of you. Otherwise, the population data may be renamed as something else. So that kind of accident may happen. So it's better to rename them in Excel itself in such a way that the name length remains within the character limit of that column name. Okay, so this constraint will be there. But if you go for the database, that is why we store the things in the databases. If you go for the databases, that limit of the column name, length of the column name will not be there. You can give a very long name. And the best practice is that whenever we use a field to be named, we should avoid the special characters, we should avoid the spaces, we should avoid the dash, slash, and things like that. Why? Because whenever in future, if you need to handle this data programmatically by writing some Python script in QGIS, then such kind of names will create problem. Of course, you can always rename them and can reuse it. But it's better that you, from the beginning, if you approach in a systematic manner, then in future you will have very less trouble in manipulating your data. That's it. So with this, I end here today. And if still some questions are there, you are most welcome.
Sir, how to catch information from Google Earth?
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so we are proceeding just step by step. We'll definitely talk about it. We'll also talk that how to have a GPS file or a file coordinate file from there to get the data. Suppose some agency is there, and suppose you got a research scholar or some research student is there, and he is doing the survey in the field and going to the each and every tube well or some point location, and is collecting the latitude and longitude of the point data and having some attribute information, and he's entering that in his tablet in an Excel file or just writing down it on paper. So later on, he can come to the office, he can enter this entire data in Excel along with the latitude, longitude, and attribute, and that Excel file can be imported as a layer file. Because you saw when I opened this commas delimited CSV file, it was asking me that whether the geometry column is there. So if the geometry column is there, then that particular option will be selected, and then we have to tell that which column is having the longitude value, which column is having the latitude value. So it will pick up the things from there. Projection information we have to provide. Once all that information is correct, it will just put the points on the screen. A layer will be created, attributes will be automatically added, and that way also you can create a layer. So special data can be created in various ways. But the method which we have talked right now was the most basic and most often required method, because Survey of India topo sheet or older base map might be there, and how to do with them. That is the first thing. Otherwise, from Google, you can always bring in the data. You can bring the data from GPS or some other kind of data sources on there. So we'll definitely talk about it. So I think if no more questions are there, then we can just stop here.
Thank you very much. Sir, it was thank you very much, sir, for a brilliant and very inspiring hands-on training session on various GIS features. So, sir, you explained in very much detail. You provided very detailed description of various features, what not to do, including everything. So, I think the participants will now be very comfortable and confident to with the practical part of the software also. And sir, looking forward to see you in our next sessions also. And thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, so much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. So, and I would like to thank all the participants also for making the sessions more interactive and making us feel a great learning experience. Thank you all, and we'll be meeting at sharp at 2 o'clock.